But don't get mad when you find out she's not completely yours.
How do you ensure that it's your woman?
You can't. That's her decision.
What you mean you can't?
Now, I agree with that.
I feel like as a man, you know when a woman is really invested in
No, you don't.
Versus, why?
No, you don't. And that's what men be scared of. Because once you get into that space where you think you know that, and then some bad shit happen, and it can catch you completely off guard, that shit can ruin your life.
But you don't feel like...
Have you noticed men don't bounce back from hard breakups?
Yeah. Oh, they really don't.
If a man been like a real long-term relationship, he don't just leave that and go jump to some new shit and be happy.
Yeah.
Not unless he been unhappy for a real long time. But if he's happy at some point, and then she completely switched the program, that shit up.
Now, shout out to Karlous Miller from 85 South in the Poor Minds podcast right there. That is a good dialogue that they're having that a lot of bros don't really talk about. And some may disagree with it, but he was spot on. And he was actually speaking on my situation, kind of, from you guys that know. And it's not about you saying, well, just because this happened, like people act like, even women, because women will be quick to tease you, like you're almost impervious to heartbreak, or women are impervious to heartbreak. Definitely not. It happens. It doesn't matter. One thing that I read in the comments on this video that people didn't like, which was, I think it's Drea, if I'm not mistaken, Les, or I think it's Les and Drea, right? I think that's their name. They didn't like the fact that she was like, I feel like a man knows, and that's definitely not the case. You never know a woman, because a lot of times a woman will act in her best interest, and a lot of times the best interest is her feelings, even if it is to her detriment sometimes, right, in a relationship. It's still her feelings, and she feel like her feelings is in the best interest no matter what's going on. So women will do things, switch up out the blue, and he's right. That's what a lot of men are afraid of. That's why a lot of men aren't getting in relationships anymore, because of this. You give all these things, and you can say, well, JR, you weren't perfect. And I know a lot of ladies gonna say that, because not everybody is perfect. I'm not saying that the man is perfect, but a woman just like that, she don't give a F. She's up and gone, and she'll try in the process make your life a living hell, like he said. You think everything's going good, and next thing, this chick is trying to destroy you for everything you got. Whether you're married or not, if you got kids with her, she's trying to make it the worst. Because that's just how women are. And as you said, men don't get over a heartbreak, not that easy. That issue's gonna take some time, especially like you said, if you really care. If you really were in an invested relationship, it just doesn't happen like that, where it's just like, oh, well, I'm a man, I'm sorry. And that's what a lot of these things, a lot of these podcasts is just like, you're a man. It is true, you're a man. Life goes on. You have to soldier on, continue to be a man, but that doesn't mean that you don't have feelings, especially for someone you were in love with, someone that you had a long committed relationship with. And that's why I say I don't put anything past any woman. A woman today can be one way in the morning. By the evening, she's completely different. That's how women are. It's a mental thing. Women are super fickle. They're like kids. And their mind changes. They don't know what they want. They're all over the place. So one minute she can want you, the next minute she's out of there. A woman is only loyal to her feelings. And like I said, just imagine being loyal to something that changes like that. Constantly changing, and that's the only thing she's loyal to, something that's constantly changing. I got another video though, guys. Let's get into it. Let's go.
I do apologize ahead of time because I'm going to hit a nerve, but could you imagine being a provider, man, where you sit up here and work all these hours and you're with the woman and you're trying to give her the lifestyle that she says she wanted, and you're just working your best because you do love and you care for this woman, all for her to end up turning around and saying you was never home. I feel like we don't love each other anymore, and I want to go see other people, even though the only reason you was away from the home was to work, to pay for the lifestyle that she said she wanted. Could you also imagine having kids in this situation, and then as your kids start to get older, they feel like they don't know their father because their father is never at home because they're always working to provide this lifestyle where the kids never have to worry about money. Kids go to the mall, kids go to the movie, kids are going on vacation with their friends, and they never have to worry about a dollar. That you put them in one of the best schools you possibly could have, all for them to turn around and being like, you was never there for me. Could you also imagine losing the house that you was paying for since you was the provider man, and then you end up losing it in the divorce, and you're now paying alimony since you probably stayed home The wife stayed home to take care of the kids, and now you got to live in a 1-bedroom apartment as your ex-wife is living in the house you paid for with her new man. And the kids still might be there, and now they live in like one big happy family for a structure that you built.
My man was speaking facts, guys, and this is what Karlous was alluding to, or one of the things he was alluding to. This could happen to you. And I'm not excusing, ladies, any violence or a man basically just giving up. But things can change. Things can change quickly. And a woman's out of there a lot of times. She's out of there. Imagine doing all those things that he just named off. Imagine trying to be that guy. Imagine trying to be that dude. You working, just trying to support this woman and or make this woman's life happy and to be able to be at ease. You're working to give her a good life and whatever kids you have, and she just will throw it away and try to punish you. Not only that, punish you in the process of throwing it away. So not only are you dealing with that, you're dealing with having to find a new place, her screwing someone else and screwing someone else in your house. Even though you could say, well, JR, it's against the order. She's not supposed to have. Man, listen. You can get a private investigator and all these things and try to discover stuff. But, bro, this is a reality. And you try to say, and because women will jump on these videos, right? And they'll try, of course, they're going to defend women. They're going to defend women. I've never seen that with men that much, trying to jump in the comments defending other men. But women will do this as if each and every one of them are different. That's how women would like to describe other women. All of us are different, except when it comes to things that are positive, right? Or deemed positive. Then they're all the same, right? But you let a woman tell it they're all different. No way in H. No way in Hades. You're almost identical. You conduct yourself the same way. You react to things the same way. That's just how you're wired, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's what it is. But guys, listen. I don't want to be going on about this. This is why a lot of dudes don't want to get back into relationships and or marriages because of this. Because of the traumatic experiences that come about. And giving your heart to someone who just doesn't care. Whose feelings aren't unconditional. And that's a whole topic in itself, guys. But let me know what you guys think about this clip. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.